I quit my job a week after having my son, and it's the best thing I ever did. Here's why. Let's take it back to October of 2024. My fiance was 10 months pregnant, ready to pop anytime. I was working the job as an automotive technician, hating my life, not making much money on flat rate, just really not enjoying, not having any quality of life. I decided it was time for a change. I went looking for a second job to make a little extra money because it wasn't consistent with the flat rate thing. I just needed something different. I went to a gym down the street, applied for a job, working the front desk part-time, got the job. So that was the start of everything. I started working there part-time, closing the gym. I'd go into work 8 to 5 as a technician and then go in 6 to 10 at the gym just to close it. With that, I got a little bit more involved with the fitness world. I was just kind of connecting with some more people, meeting some new people that were in the fitness world. I did that for about a month, and then my son was born on October 20th, 2024. Before my son was born, I had a lot of crappy jobs back to back that I didn't get paid the full time I was on them. It really wasn't bringing in money, and it was really stressful to go through that at the same time as having my first kid. We were at the hospital for about 4 days, and I had a lot of time to think while everything was going down before it got crazy, and then I was also off work for about a week after that. Throughout that week, me and my fiance talked. I was still working part-time at the gym just to bring in some extra money while we could, and I was only gone for a few hours at a time doing that. Throughout that time, I was conversating with the owner of the gym and my manager at the time to try to come up with something. There was a shift that I really liked. It was early in the morning, 4:30 a.m. to noon. It seemed super good to get off early in the day, and I'd have some more time to spend with my son, and it would work a little bit better with my fiance's schedule once she was back to work. So after conversating with the gym, I ultimately decided to take a job at the gym full-time in the morning, making a lot less money per hour than I did at the shop where I was working. It turned out to be the best thing I ever did because it set me up to make new connections and kind of have a mentor in the owner of the gym. So I took the job. I worked the front desk. I wasn't making very much money, but I was making consistent money, which was better than working flat rate at a job where I'd be there for 50 hours a week, stressing out, hating my life, and working, breaking my back. Even though I'm making less per hour, I'm bringing in consistent money. So I was happier, better time for me, better schedule for me, and ultimately I was just happier in my job day to day. I didn't know what the next step was, but it was just something to be a stepping stone and figure out what I wanted to do next. Something that I could consistently still bring money in. Consistently, I was bringing in more money because I had a consistent paycheck every week. I knew how to budget it better, and I just was making it work. So I worked the front desk for about 5 months before this next opportunity came up. Through the connections, through having them like me there, now I handle the social media at the gym, and I also make content for the gym, and I'm working on some other projects with the owner of the gym that are way bigger than just working the front desk or being a technician. This is exactly where I wanted to be, and I didn't fully expect it to come from this. Now I'm set up to have more time to be able to make videos like this, which is what I ultimately want to do. So with that being said, quitting my job a week after my son was born turned out to be the best thing I ever did. I left my job to make less money, just get out of the car thing. I just wanted to be out of working on cars, and doing that set me up to do this now where I'm at, and I just feel that I'm in a way better place now. As far as my career goes, and as far as mentally and physically, I'm just in a much better spot than I was 6 months ago when I was working on cars, not making much money, and really not having any quality of life. It was definitely a risk and definitely a thought out risk. It turned out to work out and be good. You can't do much in life without taking risks. So I took the big risk, and it worked out in the end. So with all that being said, the reason I'm starting this channel is so that I can share things that I went through on my journey of self-improvement, fitness-wise, mentality-wise, confidence-wise, all of that. I just want to be able to share and document all the things that I've went through and all the things that I'm going through, because it's an everlasting journey, and just trying to get better every single day. Continue on this journey with me. Share some things that you've been through and some things that you've done to better yourself in the comments. Leave a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.